Okay, we're back to Lego and we're activating our creations. I'm using a battery to power a motor. The motor is this red motor connected with two wires to the battery, and I've got this device in between that's controlling the speed and whether it stops or goes fast. Now, what is this? Let's talk about this device, because this is a variable resistor, and here is another example of a variable resistor, and we're finding these in several of our soldering kits, our educational soldering kits. The girls solder these together and learn about electronics, learn about the components of electronics. This variable resistor can be adjusted for resistance when we use a screwdriver to turn this little screw here, and also next to it is a capacitor. We're going to learn about that in another video. And also there is a little buzzer, kind of a speaker. Here is a transistor. But today we're going to talk about this component here, the variable resistor, otherwise known as potentiometer. Here it is with MakeCode and hardware. We're learning about doing programming with this microbit, and it's showing a number here that relates to this resistor, variable resistor. Here is an LED that's connected to the circuit, and as I turn the variable resistor, the LED gets brighter or darker, and the number that's being shown is related to this variable resistor. And as the number goes down, that means less resistance. The LED gets brighter as the number goes up. Our number right now is 60. I'm turning the resistor backwards and the number has gone up to 163. And now the LED is getting dimmer and even dimmer. And now the number is 203. So as I turn the resistor here, we're getting higher and lower resistance, and the number is shown on our microbit because of the way we have it programmed. Now, here are the kits, examples of the kits that we're buying. This one cost $1.39. What is a potentiometer? It's a variable resistor, and this Wikipedia article tells about it. I just put a little nut on this one from the hardware store. Makes it easier to turn it. Here is our light emitting diode. Tells what that is. We saw diode in a previous video. That's this thing. It has a resistor built in the, I soldered it onto one leg so that the LED doesn't burn out, because if we don't have a resistor in here, it may burn out. And then here is the code. It couldn't be any simpler. It just says we used advanced and pins in order to get that block right here, pins, and we're reading analog read. Now notice we've got right here a number 1023. This is an important number when we're talking about analog. We can go over that. We notice that our motors often have an option of a maximum speed of 255. Why is that the maximum speed? Well, that's a fraction of 1023 or 1024, and that is important for our analog amount. This number right here. And it has to do with, it has to do with the number 2, which is related to computer bits, a bit, to the 10th power, which is related to our microbit and how it processes data. So there will be more about all this. We're controlling the microbit output number by turning our variable resistor, and that controls the brightness of the LED. And then we can control our Lego creation. And you can imagine we could add a lot more to this. This base plate has a hole in the middle and a little pin that sticks up through the hole. And that allows us to set our creation on top, and then we can spin it with this motor and a battery.